Hi. So we are gonna start our Junicorn update is what's for kind of. I made a unicorn and a nightmare last year, which I have right here. So this is a nightmare, just him, and then the unicorn, just her. So I did those last year, and I went ahead and put them up in the store individually, as I should have with my hippocampus back here, but we did not. So I did the smart thing last year and I did it. So I have a little bit less to do this year because I'm going to do the same thing and I'm going to combine them. So I'm kind of doing the reverse of what I did back here where I have all of them together. And then I made the drawings where I separated them. So I separated them last year and then we're going to put them together this year. But it's all just drawing stuff. So that's what we're going to do. However, so all the drawings are done that I need to do. At least for now. Maybe in the future I will add some more and change things up, so we'll see. But I am halfway through the drawing, like literally like half, because I just started the pencil. Like I only have part of down here in pencil and that's it. So I got everything else done. I still got to finish the pencil and then get over to my tablet so I can do the digital portion. So this is kind of where we are right now. Is this. That was kind of the idea I had, was to kind of put them together, like running together. So that's what I have going on here. So I gotta finish that up, which it's not really gonna matter if, I'll get it finished before the video is done. That's my plan. And then I can get them up with everything else too. So that's what we're gonna be working on. Yeah, so woohoo. Doing pretty good progress though, don't get me wrong. It's because I'm doing like a bunch of other stuff at the same time. Like, because I'm recording multiple videos at the same time and I'm doing multiple things at the same time. It's a whole thing. So, but I'm making good, I'm making decent progress. Like, I did all that on Friday. Also, this isn't doing with this video, it's for Patreon. So I was working on that and I was working on this at the same time on Friday. Like, I literally got drawing and marker done on both drawings done on Friday. I was pretty happy. That's kind of what happens if I can sit there and focus on just that the entire day. Then, well, I wasn't doing it the entire day, was I? No, because I was doing some other stuff. So, but I think by like 12 is when I started, maybe a little earlier, roughly. But I made some pretty good progress. But he's the newest Patreon that I've gone on. It's a, I don't remember what the flower's called. It's some long name. I don't know. But it's a bat mixed with a flower. That's what I do for Patreon stuff. But so I didn't get them quite done. If I had just focused on them, I could have gotten them done on Friday, but I was wanting to work on multiple things, so that's what I did. But now we are gonna switch over because I need to get the mock-ups done like usual, just to have the pictures on there. And then I gotta do the SEO situation stuff. So, but we're gonna do the mock-ups first because those are just me taking the drawings I did and putting them on a background and calling those done. So we gotta do that first. And then we can move on from there. Mock-up shouldn't take me too long like usual. So we'll see. And plus, I did the smart thing because when I did hippocampus, I did the dual hippocampus. I did the head separately and then combined them in the photo. That was a mistake because it took me way too long, especially because I'm trying to like reposition them to almost be exact every single time. Okay, don't do that. So this time, when I sent them over, because I did the head separately again, which I probably should just start drawing them together in the future. But what I did was I just brought them back into the thing, and then I went ahead in my file I combined them into one and saved it. So I have the two heads together, so they'll be exact in every single picture, which is what I should have done in the first place, and I did not. That's where we are. But it's just those two. I'm not doing four, so it's just the nightmare and the unicorn, just drawn a little differently. I'm looking at the drawings I did, and I don't know why I did so many. So now I'm like, what the hell am I doing with these? I think I might try and do it kind of like how I did the hippocampus. Because normally what I'll do is I make 3 different like chibis for the other characters. Chibis. I call them chibis. I don't know. And I'll use those for like the drawing stuff just to kind of give like a cute little object on the item. But what I did with hippocampus was because I had so many of the actual drawings is that I put the actual drawings on the products instead. So I might do the same here with the hippocampus, just the bodies, not the heads, just to kind of keep it interesting. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing on this round. For that stuff, I think it would just kind of make sense for me too. And I gotta figure out the magnet situation and all this stuff, so we might be having like a multi-pack magnet, I don't know. Because I have like 2 full body drawings. I had 10 plus the chibis. Oh, that's a lot. I don't know. We'll have to see what I end up doing, but because I'll decide as I go, because I don't plan the stuff out ahead of time like I probably should. I kind of just do things as I go. And that's with comics too. Same thing. Just make it up as I go. I mean, I have like the general idea of what I want to do, but the actual like thing of doing it is just made up. So, but we're gonna get started on doing the mock-ups and then go from there. Alright, now that we have the mock-ups done, I also forgot. Apparently I didn't do the Chibi's magnet set, so I went and did that too. So it's on there. I completely forgot. I was like, oh, let's keep going just because it's so much. But what I think I'm going to do with the magnets is I'm just going to split them up into just doing the regulars and the chibi ones because I have so many of them. I thought about maybe trying to break it up, but with the regular drawings, they're not doing like movement stuff, so I was like, okay, that's not going to make any sense. Plus, like the heads, I don't want to have the heads in both packs. So I just did the regular drawings in one magnet set and then all 4 chibis in the other magnet set, and I'll just do it that way. I just think it'll just make things easier. So, and then that way in the future, what I'll probably end up doing as well, like for Etsy specifically, is when the listings run out, I'll probably switch over. Okay. Check out those to make sure it's at a manual renewal, not automatic. I'm worried it's on an automatic, and I think I don't want it doing that. I'll probably just put all the magnets in one listing again versus like the regulars and and stuff, and I'll just do it that way, I think, just to kind of make it easier and just so it's all together. But what I have for SEO is, for the title, we have a Dream and Nightmare Unicorn, Celestial Nightmare, Duality Unicorn, Creature. I might do Duality Creatures and just add an S. So Duality Creatures. And then Light and Dark Fantasy. For the description, it's, this fantasy illustration blends the elegance of a unicorn with the chaos of a nightmare, creating a power of symbol of duality and transformation. One side glows with flowing movement and grace, while the other erupts in power and might. The contrast captured is a balance between calm and chaos, dreams and fear, light and shadow. Their intertwined movement creates a sense of tension and connection, as though both creatures are part of the same soul. Which side is yours? So again, the thing though is, like, I actually like the nightmare better, but it's also just because it's the black against the red and the yellow, so it's just like, for me, color-wise, I just prefer that. But I'm also just a fan of black in general, like for furniture specifically and everything. I just think it looks nice, and it's also like background-wise, like on the borders, it's black. I just think it looks a lot nicer than white, personally. So I'll pick that. But, and the phrases I have are, every dream casts a shadow, and light does not exist without shadow. So I was like, okay, pretty good. Kind of makes sense for a duality thing. And then we have 4 tags that I'm going to be adding on. So these are new tags I don't already have. Is Nightmare Unicorn Art, Duality Artwork. I don't think I have that. I did the Hippocampus one, which a lot of it was duality stuff, but I don't think I have that as a tag yet. We have Light and Dark Art, Celestial Creature Illustration, and Dream Core Fantasy Art. So that's what we're going to do for our little Nightmare Unicorn situation. For the duality thing, anyway. So, should be pretty good. And next up is, we got to start working on getting the designs done. Which, the good news is, I don't think this is going to take me nearly as long as when I was doing my, whatchamacallit, Hippocampus, just because I didn't do all of them at the same time. And so now that I did the Nightmare and Unicorn already separately, this shouldn't take me nearly as long, is what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. So that's just what I'm going to cross my fingers on, because I don't want it to take forever, and I'm not in the mood to deal with it. So we'll see what happens, I suppose. It'll be interesting. It should be fun. Oh, everything is automatic. Okay, I'm just looking at the Etsy now, because I need to change these guys, so that way I can make sure that they are all when I want them, in case I ever like get rid of stuff, then it's up to me. Especially since I'm going to be changing some of the listings on here eventually. I just want to make sure it's not sitting there continually going when it's not supposed to be. So this is good to know. That's fine. It's also why you should check your stuff. Alright. Anyway, so I don't have. Lovely. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to stop talking so I can get started on doing the product situation, so we can kind of get this going. I would like these to be up. It's the middle of May. It's May 11th right now. And I would like these to be up by like June. Like, this is for Junicorn. I'm not really going to advertise it as Junicorn. That's kind of what it's for. So, but we'll see. Anyway, I am... Okay. But I'm going to head off for right now, so that way I can get going with this, and I will come back so that way we can work on more things together. I can also not do two things at once and talk to you and look at something else while I'm reading. It's not a skill I have mastered like many, but I'm gonna stop now so I can get going because I also want to work on the art some more and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna end it for now. Stay tuned though, because I'll be right back for you with more. Alright, we're gonna go first round with our little items here. So first thing is a shirt. Second shirt. I did the first one, which is light does not exist without shadow. So now we're gonna go do the second one. I was having a hard time with the color because I'm like, obviously it's black against white. So I was like, okay, I need a nice gray. But with the shirt colors, same with the crew necks, I'm only doing white, gray, and black. Obviously, I could do like red and purple, but I'm like, I don't really like that idea. I feel like it's going to be like way too much for what the colors are. So I figure just trying to keep like neutral colors. And then with the Nightmare and the Unicorn both having lighter colors, like with the yellow, the red, and the white, and the purple, I feel like it might help a little bit. Obviously, I know it's white on white, but when I do the white, I add blue and silver in there. So she kind of has a nice, almost a light gray. Like from far away, she looks like she's a light blue, even though she's white. So I'm not really focused on that. And with the Nightmare, I do put purple on him for his highlight color. But I'm like, I just feel like it'd be too much. And I'm like, I want them to somewhat look normal. You know, like I kind of want it to look okay. So I feel like with this, it's just better for the neutrals. That way it's not like too many colors clashing. Because I just don't think like if I did red or yellow with this, it's not going to look right. And then green's not going to look right. So, every dream. I think I was doing it this way. So with every dream. So I have this like light purpley gray color. It's a lot closer to gray, but it's also got like a slight purple tint to it, which I feel like kind of helps. That way it stands out against the white and the gray over here, which I did look. It does almost blend in with the white, but not really, like it's still there. And the gray, it stands out a little bit because it's a little bit lighter than what the shirt color is. So I feel like it kind of works, but also talking about like light and shadow and everything, I feel like it kind of makes sense to kind of combine the two and lighten them up with the gray. So I'm like, I don't even know what colors to do with this. So I think doing it this way is a lot easier. Like, this is probably one of the more difficult ones color-wise because they're very different, right? Like, they're pretty much opposite of one another. So it's kind of interesting. But I'm making it work. Actually, you know what I think what I did? No. Or did I do it this way? Sorry, I'm having to remember what I did. I think I did this one in 3 lines. No. Okay, we're gonna have to play around with this for a second. It might have been this. So let me get rid of this one. Pull this over. Okay. I know the first one I had to do 3 lines with. I need this one. I was also playing around between doing the chibis and normal drawings, but overall I think the chibis work better. To be honest, none of them really work is the issue. So I was just trying to make it best as I can. Here, I'm trying to make sure that it's relatively center. I think, I know, I just feel like this is kind of weird with having to go all the way across. I know some shirts are like that, so I'm not trying to let it bother me too much because it's not going to get completely even here. I might need to go look at let's go look at the crew neck really quick. I mean, it's fine with them. Well, let me go look at the crew neck to see what I did, and then we'll go from there. But at least let me look at it super quick. Because we still got to do the pillow too, which the pillow, I kind of got to copy with the bag, but I think this one, let me look. Let me scooch you over just a little bit so you can kind of see. Oh, okay. So I made it bottom heavy. Okay. Well, let's go do that then. Because I want them similar. I don't want them too different. No. Okay. Let me do this. Alright. Probably make this. Why? What is that? 55, 59. Okay, that'll have to work. I think it looks pretty good. Alright. Okay, that makes a little more sense to me. I think that looks better versus having it go from armpit to armpit. I feel like kind of right there looks good. Okay, so now let's go do the pillow. I'm gonna get rid of all these because I don't need them. Okay. Yeah, see, so I got it from this one. I made it slightly darker, so it's this. I just feel like it helps, especially when I do just the black on black stuff. It obviously is going to stand out. So, every dream. Pretty sure is what I did for here. Actually, ooh, you know what? I'm going to have to break this up because it's a pillow, so when it gets puffy, it's going to hide, as you can see down here. So it's going to curve. And I like to try and keep as much as possible like in the middle so it's not hidden on the sides. So let's see. You know what? I think I am going to keep Cass up here. I'll put it in the middle of that. And now, make that a heck of a lot bigger. There, okay. And not. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go this way. I don't want screen print go away. You know what ooh, no, let me go with not here. Not knit. I need not. Oh, I swear, I cannot spell sometimes. And the sad part is English was my best subject in school. But I feel like sometimes, especially when it comes to work, it's so bad. I feel like I'm starting to get dyslexic in both hearing and reading, and it's really, really bad. Because I'll say one thing, I hear the exact opposite, and then I'm like, wait. I'm like, no. Ugh. It's just, it's not, I'm not, ugh. It's just, it's not good. There's that. And this one. I kind of have to be careful because this one's kind of awkward because I have her tail poking out. I probably should have brought the tail in more so it would have been a lot thinner and I could have expanded, but oh well, what's done is done. Who knows? I might do more of them next year. I have no idea. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so we're gonna go with a no on that one. I need to first get it so it's not. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's check that out now. Okay, that looks better. So what's this one got? I already see issues based upon what? Oh, you know, oh, it's because I didn't put them back. Hold on. This I'll need to bring up just a little bit more. Her, I am probably going to have to make smaller just because of her tail. So let's see what that looks like now. A lot better. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. So now it is heading over to Shopify to do the details that we need. Okay, so good news. We are ready to start to finish up the products. So I've already done like the designs and stuff. Now it's just the basic SEO is what we have to finish up and everything. And then we can call them done. And the good news is that they'll be up before June actually starts. Like, obviously, I'm not labeling them as Junicorn, but they'll still be up. So people looking for unicorn stuff, I have them there, which is good. So now we are just going to get started on that so we can get finished. Because I'm not going to lie, motivation for doing this is not high right now. It is very low. I'm pretty much forcing myself right now to get this done because I really don't want to. But I really have to. So that's just what we're going to do is we're going to work on getting them done. So that's what we're going to do. I got to stop stalling and I got to start doing. Okay. Whew. I got to bring the motivation in for like at least the next hour-ish. Because there's still some stuff we're going to do. I'm giving myself an hour. I think it'll take about an hour. It's probably going to be less. I'm just going to be honest. But at least the hour. So let's get focused so I can get this done. Alright, I'm gonna be very lazy because I don't want to get out my second monitor right now. I'm just not in the mood, so we're just gonna do it this way. It's fine, you can still kind of see all the stuff you need to. So I gotta pull this out. I believe this one is Dream and Shadow. Every dream, yeah, it is. Okay. So I like to, when I do the shirts and stuff, like the words, I like to put in a little bit of what the shirt says, so that way it's a little different from each other. Like if you're looking for one very specific one, then you can see it. That's what I'm doing. So I need this, this, nope, I don't want to do that just yet. Right. I'm gonna get rid of the backs because those are just not necessary for this. Okay. Gonna move and move. Collection is gonna be fantasy. Oh yeah, and I've only picked 3 colors for the shirts because, again, I think I mentioned this before, but because they're different colors, like specifically like they're colorful. Like he's got his red and white, or red and yellow, and then she's got white and purple, and then with the gray. So that's like they're very contrasty. So I was like, I didn't really think like me doing a whole bunch of like different colors was gonna work. So I figured just doing basic colors was gonna be the best option because that way it would match with both of them, and it would be fine. Because obviously, I mean, he's not entirely like he is black, but because I use purple and gray, it kind of helps to make him a little bit lighter than what like he actually looks a little bit more on the purple side than the black, which is fine. So that way it's not just, you know, a plain black. He's actually got some dimension to him. So he kind of blends in but still works a little bit. So it should be okay. Because I was looking at it earlier and I was like, when I was starting to do these, and I thought it was fine. At least for what I'm needing here. Now for this, I gotta be careful because I'm not using my mouse. So I kind of have to watch it. I think this, I have something up here, yeah. This and this. Yes, this is much easier with a mouse, but as I said, I'm being very lazy right now. And I'm kind of just at the point of I just want to get these guys done so I can mark them off because I have to still work on fantasy, my summer dragon. And there's a whole bunch of other things now I'm going to be doing, so at this point I'm like I just want to get these 2 done so I can start him next week and go from there. Because then I also got to do like my actual OCs, and then I got to do Kayeen. So, oof. Just one thing right after the other, but that's okay. If I wasn't doing this stuff, I have no idea what I would be doing, to be completely honest. I'm so used to this now. I think that's part of the other problem is I'm just kind of just unmotivated. But then again, I've also been out of town all week. I went to Las Vegas for something. It was for a business thing. I just got back. So I was supposed to finish this last night, like on Friday when I got back. And I was so tired because I did not really sleep like at all. Because Thursday morning, my flight was... Well, so the last day it started at 9, so I was up at like 4:30 in the morning because obviously the time zone difference. My flight was at 10:15 at night. I had to check out of the hotel by 11. But the problem is that I was going to be at the thing I was at during that time, so I had to check out early. So Thursday, pretty much all day, most of my day was literally me just waiting on things. And then I tried to sleep on the plane, which also, fun fact, me flying and going to Las Vegas, first time for both. Overall, I'm glad I went. For what I was going there for, it was fairly successful, not necessarily the outcome I was really hoping for. However, it was still a good thing I went and did it. Good things did come of it, don't get me wrong, but there were just some other things I was kind of hoping would happen instead. But it's alright. I'm still glad I went because it was definitely worth the trip. But because I was so tired, I just, again, when I came home, I said, I am absolutely not doing this right now. So I was like, okay, and I had to go to work this morning, and I was like, I'll just make myself do it when I come home from work. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this either, but I'm like, I have to get it done. So it's just like this whole, like, I don't want to do that. This like entire round and round game, and it's literally like I'm just feeling blah, but not much I can do about it. So I also need I need this. Okay, now what is this? Oh, it's a pillow. Okay. But that's why I'm like, I'm just a no right now. But it's alright. Just a little bit left and then I can be done and then we'll move on to other things that I have to do. But sometimes this happens where I'm like, I know I have to get things done, but it's just like the motivation just is not there. And it's kind of bad, but it happens. Okay. So pretty much all these I can literally just get rid of because I don't need them. There's so much space right here, but it's just, that's the way it worked out. And I just wasn't thinking when I did these, and now I'm like, I really should have brought her tail in more. But you don't know until you actually do something and you look at it and you're just like, oh no. But, oh well. Oh. Maybe one day if I ever end up redoing these, then we'll see. Okay. Now for this, because this takes a very long time to do, which is very annoying. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, man. Okay, that's done. Okay, so that's now finished. So now, okay, so now we're gonna go do a sticker and pin. Problem is, I don't remember what sticker necessarily. I think I know, but let me just double check. Okay, I think I know which one. Shrink charms, there's the pins, so yeah, so we got the head. Okay, so I know which one I need. All right, let me just take this one and just copy it. Oh, I forgot. I can't do this yet because I gotta go put them. Oh, I gotta make sure I put them in shipping because if I mark them off green, I'm gonna forget. I can't do that. Okay. There's a reason, there's a reason why I have so many things color coded. Like each color means a specific thing. I think this one was just standing. See, doing these are my favorite because everything, once I do one of them, I can just copy and paste. Okay, and it just makes it so much easier. And just change the picture on it, and that's all I have to do. It's so nice. But let me go find what I need. What was this up here? Oh, this one. Okay, that's the one I need. So I got one. I am probably gonna end up redoing the listings at some point because I did look at the variation one. The problem is that they have to be the same price. They can't be separate prices is the problem. So for when I do stuff like these, that they're one the same character, but it's just like the head and the body specifically, I can do the variations that way because they're the same price. So I might be doing that. I'm going back through and figure that out at some point because I'm kind of going to have to. I think it'll help. Plus, it'll kind of condense some things. Others, not so much, obviously, but some stuff it'll work. All right. So now, I think I was doing Chibi. Let's put Nightmare and Unicorn. Was it 4-pack, I think? 4-pack. I think. Okay. Alright, I need to see exactly what I have. I think they were an estimated. Oops, sorry. I think I was gonna make them like a 2x2 for estimated size, which I think is relatively right. So I can just change that because I like to try and put like estimated size on there so it's not exact. Because I know of the size I need to. Oh, that's right. I know what size I need to print them out at to get them where, like, the size I want them when they're shrunk. So, and because there's two of them, normally it'd be like a 1x1, because there's two of them, I would have to make it probably slightly bigger. And then when it's shrunk down, it would be about a 2x2. I know I'm kind of going based off of like a square, but it's relatively accurate for what it is, so. There's all those. What the hell? This, and that. And oh my gosh, why? I can't stand when it does that. I don't know why it does that, and it makes me so mad. I don't understand. Alright, let me just save this really quick. Okay, that's done. So now let me go ahead and get these set up onto shipping, and then I'll come back for us to do Etsy. Okay, good news. We are now on to Etsy, so that means that we're almost done. So let's do these stickers first, because it's going to take a second. It's not difficult, it's just going to take me a minute, because I got to find each individual one. I kind of wish it would let you just sit there and like pick multiple at one time. Would be so nice. But what can I do? Okay, so one. I keep saying how all these extra pictures I have, I'm going to do something with them, and I'm going to do something with them because I'm tired of looking at them. I just did all these like really early, and I should not have, but I did. And I'm like, ugh. It's just because they're there, and I'm like, I don't want them to be. They're just taking up space. Alright, got those. Okay. I never spell regulars right, like ever. I think I was still doing 1 inch by 1, I think, for them. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Okay. I gotta do heads. That one. I do like this feature. I just wish it would stop doing that. But it's a good feature to have. Okay, so that's done. Actually, no. Prices won't vary here. I guess it's down here. I still feel like something's crawling on me and I'm kind of over it because I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. Okay. Set. Oh, you know what? Yeah, they are. That's right. Okay. That's done, and I think now it should just be... Alright, so now we just gotta do the pins on this one. Okay, here. Oh my gosh. Alright, that is now done. Dark. Okay. Alright, that is now done. And now we can go do a Pinterest. What do we have left on Pinterest? I don't know. Oh, we have a sticker and a pin. Okay. So let's take this. We're going to duplicate this. Because I still have everything I need. I'm just literally just changing the picture. And just a little bit of a title. Which will be super simple. Okay, done. And it should just be the pin. So I'm just gonna duplicate the charms. Even though they're slightly different, it'll still work. There we go. Okay, so the last thing. All right, now I'm gonna get all this activated and then I'll be back so we can do the banner and kind of go over what I did. Okay, we are going to work on the banner now because we're kind of at that point, which is good, as always, which means that we're almost also done, which is also good, so we can kind of move on to the next thing. But I gotta clear all this off first. Okay. So let's see. I have this. I think that's about even. But I am going to, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be kind of funny if they were just like stuck and you couldn't see them. Be kind of odd. And wouldn't really do anything for me. Oh. Alright, so I think what I want to call this, I think I'm going to call it dual unicorns. I think. I'm just gonna, alright, we'll stick with white first. Okay. And then but this, let me see if I can make the black work on this. Ooh. Okay, I'll play around with the color in a second to kind of see what happens. Alright. Let's see about. Oh, that's fine. I think
It's not going to help. Okay, you know what? I think for that, let me do an edit on this. I might just make him a gray instead. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So I can deal with that. And now color-wise, I think that's interesting because it kind of lightens up the middle part a little bit and then still leaves the outer part dark, which I think is fine. Now going into here. I might do it this way. No, it's not what I want. I'm wondering. Can do this. Get that gray again. I think it might help when I do the yellow, almost kind of like embers and something, and just like maybe some magic kind of feeling, I guess. Kind of the intention with this. Alright, I think we're just gonna leave it there. So we're gonna leave this here. I'm gonna bring this over to the laptop so we can get this up and available and go from there. Alright, so I'm on the website now. So I got Celestin, who I just did. Which one's this one? Possibly. Are you gonna show me? So spring. I think, is it this one? Oh, this is Meyer, isn't it? Hello. Excuse me. Can I not? Okay, there. My goodness. Alright, so, because I think we're back around, so, because I just did Celestin. So, Meyer can go, so we're just gonna switch him out. So, I have to go get our banner. What should be this one? I'm gonna hope. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, that is kind of a trick though, is making sure that all that is there. Alright, so fantasy is fine. Okay, I think everything else is actually fine because that's how I want it. Alright, that was actually super easy because it's the same collection and everything, so that's where that needs to go, so that's done. Alright, now we're gonna review what I made. Alright, so coming to the store, scrolling down, I'm gonna skip to go to here. We're gonna click, and there they are. So as usual, we have, I guess let me try and back you up a little bit. So we got stickers, the pillowcase, which is double-sided. We have one shirt. More stickers for both. We have one pack of magnets. Second pack of magnets, the pins and the charms. Then we have the downloadable print. Another sticker, first cup. And then we go down to other 2 cups. We have the double-sided bag right there. And the handles are either black or white, again, just to kind of help with the minimal coloring. First shirt, both crew necks. And then we have wrapping paper and finally a mouse pad. And as always, if you want to stay updated and get to know when my stuff is coming out, like when it comes out versus like the month or two after I post the actual video of this, you can always head over to my emails where you can come down here and you can subscribe to the emails, and that way you'll always get them. Just a warning, it might come as a spam the first time, so I might have to go check. When I do emails, I normally post them around on Friday at 12 p.m. Standard Eastern Time is generally when I post them, so if you don't see something by then just head over to the spam. But with that, I am going to call this one done, and success, I suppose, since I was able to finally finish them, means I can also finally knock them off of my list. I'm so excited. I love knocking things off of my list. It feels so good. So, now that we're done here, I am pretty much going to end this video because there's nothing else. I'm not going to get any orders or anything. So we're just going to leave this here. Again, we're going to say it's successful and gonna be good with this. So, what I have coming out next is like pretty much right after is going to be my summer dragon, so he's coming out. And then I have to work on actual summer characters. Like my character art, so I gotta do them too. But they'll be coming out, or he'll be coming out pretty much next week, so. For me, and it'll be next week. For you, I don't know. Depends on when I actually post this, but at some point. But that's what I'll be working on next, because I've started him. I just have to now finish him. Again, it's a motivation thing. I've gotten a good chunk of him done. Like, honestly, the biggest chunk I've already gotten done. It's just, so, which would be like the, Printify to Shopify. That's the biggest chunk because I have to, you know, make all the products, get them sent over, and do all those SEOs for stuff I don't show on here. That takes a while. Etsy and Pinterest, it's not that bad, especially once I can just, like, copy and paste one of the listings that are, like, relatively similar. It makes it go by a lot quicker. Like, I already have the Spring Dragon done on here, so I can just copy the Spring Dragon, and then I can change her to match my Summer Dragon. So, that'll be relatively quick, but that's my plan, is to get him done all in a week, less than a week. Because then I have to do Cain, which is my bird character. She's my phoenix character. So she'll be up next. And then after that, it'll be the actual OCs that I have to do. And I haven't even started them. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I just have to actually do them. So maybe I might start working on them next week. Because Cain's done. Her stuff is finished. I just got to actually make her stuff. But she won't be until after the Summer Dragons. Just to kind of keep focused on one at a time, because if I don't, it gets a little confusing. Because I started doing that with him, because I was like, oh, let me just get more done, and now I'm like, So, anyway, I'm just going to end it here. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!